Hey guys, we're going to be looking interestingly into what is called your change in coordinates. Oh yes. And our change in coordinates is which lesson? Of course, this is our lesson 3. We're going to go sweet. Now follow me. This change in coordinate, very important. What do we refer to here as your change in coordinates? Bam, bam, bam. Follow me. Let's say we have our coordinates plane like this. You can see your y-axis. You can see your x-axis. Another interesting thing is this. Let's say this is a point here, right? And this point, I call it P0. And what is P0? X0, y0 are the coordinates for that point, P0. And this is another point. And I decide to call this point here P1. And that P1 has coordinates of what? X1, y1. You see, we have P0 and we have what? X1 on the coordinate system. If I decide to link your P0 and your P1 together, let's join them together. You see, there is that change in position from my P0 all the way to my what? P1. That change in position is what we are referring to there as change in coordinates, right? Now follow me, let me show you something much more sweet. The same is what you already have here looking at you now, right? But let's go deep into it a little. Now this is it here. If there is a movement from the point P0, which has coordinates of x0, y0, to the point P1, which has coordinates of your x1, y1, then we say that the coordinates have changed by what? Increments. So that movement from P0 to my P1, that movement, are you getting it now? Is what we say that the coordinates have changed by what? Increments. Follow me, yo. If you understand that, that's what leads us into what is called your increment formula. So the first formula I'm going to be giving to you in this lesson today is called your increments formula. What is it called? Increment formula. Now, which one is increment formula? Follow me very fast. Increment formula is given by x. Change in x, change in y is equal to my x1 minus x0, y1 minus y0. No play with me or follow me, may understand these things very well. Now, that means that change in position from year to year, that increase is what is referred to, what denoted by your increment formula. And what is your increment formula? I said increment formula is your what? Your change in x, change in y is your what? Your x1 minus your what? Your x0, your y1 minus your what? Your y0. For the last time, close your eyes and tell me, what is increment formula? Increment formula, change in x, change in y is equals to your what? Your x1 minus x0, what? Your y1 minus y0. This is called your increment formula. Say close eye, no close. If I not man, say they follow me play. This are the follow you shine eye. Now follow me very fast. If you understand this quickly with me and you know your increment formula, baba, let's solve. We're going to be looking at questions as it holds. Now, question 1. Find the increments from the point A to the point B. Are you understanding it now? From point A to point B. So you don't stress yourself. All you just do is this. Look at it. You just take this as the first value here. Here's your x0, y0. Here's your what? x1, what? Your y1. And what do we say increment formula is? You know, it's always x, y now. So that is how we position all of them. So what's your increment formula? We said that increment formula is given as your what here? Your x1 minus your x0, nobody will remind you this in the outlaw. It's only you that we know it, y1 minus your what? Your y0. And this is going to give me very fast. What is x1? X1 is 6, right? I told you that this is x0. Here's your y0. Here's your x1. Here's your what? Y1. Show you see now. What is x1? X1 is what? 6. That will give you 6 minus x0. X0 itself is now minus 6. So you see now 6 minus 6, right? Then this is what we have, 6 minus 6. Then I can close my brackets comfortably well, y1 minus y0. What is your y1? Y1 is minus 2 minus, what is y0? 8 is what we're going to have there. And this will give you your 6 plus 6 plus 6, right? Yes, close the bracket, your minus 2 minus 8. And this is going to give us, what is your 6 plus 6? That's your what? Your 12, comma, how many is here? Minus what? 10 is what we're going to have. 12, comma, what? Minus 10. So this automatically become our what? Our answer. So find the increment from this to this. What is the increment there? 12, comma, what? Minus 10 is the answer. And that's all you're out of there. Shey is simple. Now look at question 2. You will solve it for me very, very fast as it hot. Hold on a bit. As far as 100 level is concerned, right, for both first and second semester, your complete series of classes, including your practicals, everything from beginning to the end is in the LearnLift app. All you have to do is just march down to your Play Store or App Store and download the LearnLift app. And then you're going to have access to every singular class. So just move down to tertiary, click on tertiary plan, where you're going to see all your classes as far as your 100 level is concerned. And guess what? Your video lessons are there, your CBT is there, you have access to your past questions, you have access to your notes. Very, very important. Man, this semester, you must do well. And let's proceed quickly as we march down to our class and continue our class. Enjoy. Question 2 say, find the increment from m to n, and then they gave us the values. Can you solve it for me? Yes. We are pause and solve. Pause it. What's our increment formula? Increment formula, very quickly, what is it? It is your x1 minus your x0, right? Comma, your y1 minus your what? Your y0. And this is going to give me, of course, this is your what? x0, y0. Yx, x1, then y1. What is it going to give us? X1 minus x0. That's going to give us nothing but 3 minus 3, right? Comma, y1 minus y0, 1 minus 0. This is all we have. And this will give you what's 3 minus 3? 0, comma, 1 minus 0 is what? 1. So this, like this, is the increment. And you have gotten your answer. You are out of there. Very simple, easy, and direct. Look at the third question, question 3. Question 3, yes, find the increment from m to n. I love it. And they gave us 0, 0, and then 4, 6 as their values. Very fast. What's our increment formula? By now, only you should know that if you want to really do well, you should be pausing the classes and then you are solving yourself. What's increment formula then? It is what? Your x1 minus your what? x0, comma, your y1 minus your what? Your y0. And this is going to give you, by now you should not be checking your notes again. You should not be looking at your note to check the formula. You should know it yourself. So this is your what? Very fast. This is your x0, y0, x1, y1. And that will give you x1 minus x0. What do we have it to be? 4 minus 0, comma, your y1 minus y0, 6 minus 0. And that will give you what is 4 minus 0? 4 minus 0 is 4, comma, 6 minus 0 is what? 6. And then this, like this, is our final answer. 4, 6, and you are out of it. Does it make sense? Now that you understand this, and you sure you know this very, very well, guess what? Look at question 4. Question 4 all the way says, if our x, comma, y, comma, p, comma, q are points on the coordinate line with coordinates minus 3, 1, 5, 8 respectively, find the following distances. And what were the distances you have to find? The first is your distance xp, distance yp, distance yx, distance what? Qp. Now, can we look at this very fast? They say x, y, p are points on the coordinate system with this. Now, let me ask, what's the highest value there? 8, it is. What's the least value there? Minus 3. So, I'm going to draw my coordinate line and then I'm going to use my least value as minus 3, but the highest value is what? 8. Okay, let's go. Let's say this is our what? Our coordinate line that we have. And let's take this point as our 0, right? If this is 0, of course, this is 1. We are going all the way to 8. After 1, what do we have next? You're going to see your 2. You're going to see the next, which is 3. Then you're going to see your 4. Then you're going to see your 5. You're going to see your 6. You're going to see 7. And then we're going to stop at what? 8. So if I have from 0 all the way to 8, but that's not where we are focusing our gaze on. It is minus 3 to 8. So we've settled the positive, let's settle the negative. The least is minus 3. So let's say, okay, that this guy here is our minus 3. What is this guy here? Let's say here is our minus 2. And then, of course, we have this guy being our what? Minus 1. So we have balanced everything there. Now, they gave us your x, your y, your p, and your q. What is x? X, they said that x represents respectively, x is going to tally with what? -3. So if x tally with -3, take your -3 and then position here as x. What about your y? Your y is 1. Here is your y, right? Yes. Now, what's your p there? Your p is going to tally with 5, right? Here's your p. And then your q is going to tally with what? 8. So here's your q. So they ask us to get the first one, find the following distances. And the first A there is your distance x, comma, what? P, right? What's our distance x, comma, p going to give us? Please, I want you to pay me attention here now. Your distance x, comma, p. So we're going to focus on x and then your what? Your p, right? Please, what's it going to give us? It's going to give us your absolute value of your p, x, comma, p, right? So it's going to be p minus x. Since they are bringing x, comma, p, take the last one, that is p, then subtract it from x, but the absolute. That's what we're going to do there. And this is going to give us your absolute value of, what's our p? P is 5, right? 5 minus, what's x? X is minus your 3, right? Then you close the bracket, then absolute there. So what is this going to give us there? That's going to be absolute value of your 5 minus -3. That's 5 plus 3. And what is the absolute value of 5 plus 3? That's going to give you absolute value of 8. And what is absolute value of 8? You know that absolute value is any associated absolute value with you. That absolute value is either absolute value of x. For example, what is the answer? X. Absolute value of minus x. What is the answer? X is where you're going to have whether positive or negative is going to give you positive. So what is absolute value of 8 going to give you? 8 is the correct answer to this. But you don't want to come up for this. So what is the answer to the first one? There is 8. Okay, sir, how do I know it's 8? How sure am I? Since it's distance x and p. Now listen, since it's distance x and p, you know that from x here, just count with me. This is from year to year. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you are there. You've gotten the first one. So now let's see how to get our p, which is distance what? Yp. Apply the same thing, subtract p from y, absolute value of them, and then get the answer. Solve for me very fast. Yeah, let's go. So what is it going to give us? Your p very fast. Say you have gotten your answer. Okay, distance your y, comma, p. So what are we going to have? You're just going to focus on just your y and your p alone, right? Yes. And that's going to give you absolute value of your p minus your what? Your y. And that's nothing but your p is 5 minus y is 1. What is it going to give you? That's absolute value of 4. And what is the absolute value of 4? What's the answer? 4 is going to be the answer, definitely. Because from year to year is 1, 2, 3, and then 4. You've gotten your answer, and then you are out of there, right? Okay, let me solve for C here very fast. What is C? Distance, your what? Your y, comma, what? X. Your y, comma, x. And then that's going to give you your y and then your x, right? That means you're going to subtract x from y. That's going to give you absolute value of what? Your x minus your what? Your y. And that's going to give you x. What's your value of x there? X is minus 3, right? Minus, what's your y? Y is 1. And that's going to give you absolute value of what's minus 3 minus 1? That's minus 4. Absolute value of negative, what will you always give you? Positive. The answer is what here? 4 is the correct answer. Look at it now. From year to year is 1, 2, 3, and then 4. You've gotten your answer. Left with the last, which is your what? Your D, very fast, right? Yeah, follow me, let's solve it together. So how do you get for D? Very quickly, your D is your distance, what? Your Q, comma, what? P. And that's going to give you absolute value of it will be P minus Q, right? Normal. So your P minus your what? Your Q, absolute value. So absolute value of what's your P there? That's 5 minus Q. What's Q there? 8, right? So that's going to give you absolute value of what's 5 minus 8? 5 minus 8 is going to give you minus 3. And absolute value of minus 3, what will it be? 3 just become the answer, and then you are out of there. So you see that all of these things are very, very simple, right? Oh, yes. If you understand this question for very quickly, now let's look at question number 5. In our question number 5, we're given this beautiful question. Find the terminal point or the terminal position, terminal, of a particle that starts from A, and they give the value, and the coordinate changed by increment of x has changed by this, and then this guy has changed by this. Now listen carefully. Let's assume that here is our point A, and then that A is minus 2, 3. Follow me. And then it moved from A all the way to your point B. And then what is your P? Your P is what we don't know. So let's call your B here x1, what? y1, right? And the increment, change in x is your 5, and then change in y is minus 6, right? And then we are to get what the terminal or the final point or position is going to be. Is it not cheap question? Now, what's your increment formula? You know that your increment formula is given as your what? Very fast. Your x1, right, minus your x0, comma, what do we have there? Your y1 minus your what? Your y0. So this is your increment formula, normal. Now, can I get my x1 and y1 from there? That's what the question is practically saying. Let me not stress you. Let me just give you the easiest way to get it. So what is your x1 going to give you very fast? Listen, your x1 here is going to be whatever you have as, here is x, right? Minus 2 is x0. x0 plus 5, add them together is going to give you x1. That's going to give you nothing but your minus 2 plus your 5. And what is your y1 going to give you? Your y1 is going to give you, what is your y0? 3. That's 3 plus, what do we have this to be? Minus 6, right? Then you close the bracket. So automatically, what are we going to have here? Very fast. Your x, comma, x1, comma, what's your y1? What is it going to give us? It's going to give us, what is your x1? Minus 2 plus 5. What's minus 2 plus 5? That's going to give you 3, comma. Then what is 3 plus minus 6? What is your plus minus? Plus times minus is minus. So what's 3? It's not that, for example, we say 3 minus 6. What's 3 minus 6? That's going to give you minus 3, right? So we're going to have 3, comma, minus 3 as the final answer. So this here is all you are going to have as your answer. And you are out of there. Find the terminal point. What is the terminal point there? 3, comma, what? Minus 3 is the answer. If you want to start this quickly with me, guess what? That is everything about your lesson number what? 3 that we're supposed to know. And I'm going to be seeing you very fast in our lesson 4. Enjoy, bro. One love. Enjoy. Catch ya. Hope you've enjoyed this class. Guess what? To follow up for more classes, just download the LearnLift app, whether on Play Store or App Store, and then follow up your classes. You must do extremely well. I'll see you in class. Bye-bye.